radiometric dating, and we studied about full index, and like how we will know the age of the Earth by using a geological time scale.
Okay, Hashim, can you tell me what else?
Studies about same as starter and fossils.
How can we study fossils and try to and estimate the age of Earth? Okay. Can you tell me what are these strata?
Me.
No, Hashim.
Okay.
Can you just reply that question?
Can you tell me what are these strata?
Form when the forgot.
What? Sorry?
Forgot the
Okay, strata are the layers of sediments when they break up by weathering from sedimentary rocks or from any rocks, not sedimentary rocks, from any rocks, okay, like mountains. So they can build like a layer on the ground. Over years and years, they will become many layers that keep fossils inside them, okay? These, we call them strata. We are looking for these, for fossils inside them, okay? Today we will study about human fossils. How can they study human fossils and estimate the age of this human, okay?
Okay.
Selim, it's the end of a hot day in Dikika, Ethiopia. Scientist Zersini Elsimch and his team have spent weeks looking for human fossils. They have found fossilized bones on otters and elephants. Could humans have lived here too? Do you know what are otters?
No.
You know the beavers?
What?
Beavers.
No.
These animals that they are making, they living in water, they are breaking the wood and like making like a dam with wood.
Oh yeah.
These animals, they call them otter, okay? It's like some people, they are calling them the fox water, okay, or the water fox, sorry, okay?
Yeah.
So they found fossilized bones for these animals and some elephants. So they were wondering, could we find humans also, okay? Suddenly, someone spots a small fossil face. This face was for a human. They saw smooth brow and short canine teeth. What are the canine teeth?
It's like really kind of,
The sharp ones, the two sharp ones?
Yeah,
sharp.
the sharp ones.
Yeah, okay, not the four. The second, the teeth that they are sharp,
The six.
sharp, okay? These ones, they call them
Yeah.
canine. The face looks human. For 5 years, Zersani studies the evidence. He works out that the skull and other nearby bones probably belong to a 3-year-old girl. He names her Selma or Selim. She almost certainly walked upright like modern humans. Do you know the new humans, they call them, okay? They call them modern humans. So this photo on your left, this was for Salem, okay? They found this fossil under the ground. It's very small skull. They studied this evidence for 5 years and they are trying to find out more about Salem, okay? They just named her Salem. Okay, geologists examined the rock around Salem. The evidence shows that she lived by a river. Fossilized snails in nearby sandstone show that the river flowed into a lake with sandy beaches. So how did they know that she lived nearby a river?
Because the evidence shows that she lived beside the river because
What evidence?
nearby her.
What evidence exactly?
The fossilized snails were like
Yeah.
nearby the girl, and the sandstone shows that
They
when the
found,
river flowed, the sand.
yeah, they found fossilized snails. Okay, they found fossilized snails. So they assumed that she lived near a river. Okay, they studied also the sandstone, and where can we find sandstone?
Um, we can make good
Where can we find
sandstone.
sandstone?
Sedimentary.
No, near to the beach, sandy beaches. Sandy beaches, we can find them there, right?
Yeah.
By weathering,
Oh
they
yeah.
became a stone. Right? So
Is
it's
it the one
obvious.
from the beach?
What?
Is it the one from the beach?
Yeah, because they found snails too. They found fossilized snails, so it must be lived near to the river. Many of Salem's fossilized bones were in a big lump of rock made from sand and pebbles. See, even pebbles, we can find pebbles in rivers, right?
Yeah.
The small stones, we can find them under in the sea river, in the seabeds or the riverbeds. This shows that Salem probably died in a river flood. Fast flowing water carried pebbles and sand that quickly covered her body and stopped animals from eating it. Radiometric dating of the surrounding rock shows that Salem's died about 3,300,000 years ago. So yesterday, when we studied about radiometric, okay, or radiometry, radiometric dating, we said they are using the fossils, they study the fossils and trying to make a time period or a time period for these fossils, right? Also, we talked about the decayed fossils or the decayed particles. So here we have a decayed, this is a decayed skull, right? When they studied this
Yeah.
skull, they discovered that she died or she lived or she died about 3,300,000
Million
years ago.
years ago.
That's how can
Years
they
ago.
measured it, okay? By using the decay body or the decay skull. Okay, more fossil finds. When they dig more or search more about fossils, Salem's fossilized bones and their surrounding rocks tell us when she lived and what her environment was like. Scientists have found many other human fossils. These finds help to piece together our human past. Can you tell me again how they determined or how they discovered the time? By using which way?
The
By geological
radiometric
time or by
geological time scale.
what? Sorry?
By geological time scale.
Okay, what did they study exactly?
The index fossils like They use the photo to know how the age, I think.
Yeah, the fossils and the rocks around it. They were examining the pebbles, they were examining the rocks around it, and also they used radioactive dating, radiometry, okay, or radiometric dating, which is like using the decayed body, studying the decay particles in the rocks, okay? So in this case, they found the age. Okay, Tomai, ape or human. In 2001, scientists discovered fossilized skull bones in Chad. They named their find Tomai. The fossils were found in 7 million years old sand, and if the fossils are the same age as the sand, they are older than any human remains in the fossil record. Later, we will watch a video about this one, but let me show you a picture about what they found. They discovered fossilized skulls, okay? They said, if these fossils were found in 7 million years old, that means they are the oldest fossils in their record, in the fossil record.
The fossil record.
Okay, this is the next page. Scientists examined Tomai. This is Tomai, by the way.
Who?
This is Tomai. Okay.
Okay.
What can you see exactly? Is it a human? Is it a horse? Is it a monkey? What exactly?
I don't know.
What can you see?
I-
So, like, it looks like what?
I think it's a human because like there's a place for the nose.
Okay. Some, like most of the animals, they have a place for a nose. Look at this
But
one. It looks like an ape, right?
Yeah.
Look at this
yeah,
one here.
but
Yeah.
Like an ape too.
the
Okay. The skull looks like a human skull. Right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
Sam and Tomai, they compared the skull bones of those of modern chimpanzees, okay? So this is a skull for gorilla, this is a skull for chimpanzee, and this is for a modern human, which is like us, okay? And this is for the Tomai they found. They were comparing these fossils with the other fossils or with the other skulls. They compared it with modern chimpanzees and humans. They decided that Tomai belonged to an extinct species. So look at this table here. They were measuring the number of the teeth in each organism. The canine teeth, are they small, big, medium, or how, what exactly? And they measured the average skull volume. The average skull volume. In Tomai, they found the number of the teeth 32, the same in each species. They found the canine teeth in Tomai small, chimpanzee and gorilla big, or modern humans small. Now the volume, the average skull volume. Look at these values, they are different, okay? But they are close to the gorilla and more close than human, right? But at the same time, it's small. It has canine teeth like a human. So they were wondering, this organism or these fossils, they are belonging to what exactly? They decided that it belonged to an extinct species of organisms, of living organisms. Okay, scientists disagree about whether the extinct species is an ancestor of modern humans. We all know that some scientists suggested that or agreed that that the human were apes before, right?
What's apes?
Yeah, the monkeys, the gorillas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they said that, but this was not true because they found other organisms. They don't like us. Some scientists, this scientist, the Ethiopian scientist, disagree about this idea. He said, this is not for human. We are not apes. Our ancestors are not apes. Some believed that, believed the evidence shows that it's an ancestor of both chimpanzees and humans, because it looks like a human and it looks like a chimpanzee. Other scientists think that Tomai is more closely related to the modern gorilla. So until now, scientists still debate, like they still discuss these ideas. They still discuss this one, and they are saying, no, this is for apes. This is for modern gorillas. This is for modern chimpanzees. This is for modern humans. But they still don't know about it, about this organism. Another fossils, footprints in Lituli. Lituli is, let's see together about this paragraph, okay? More than 3 million years ago, early humans made these footprints in what is now Tanzania. Okay, you know Tanzania, where Tanzania is exactly?
And I think in Indonesia.
Indonesia?
Right?
No? Where is Tanzania exactly?
And once I heard it, I think from we took a lesson in biology, I think.
Tanzania in Africa. It's an African
Yeah,
country.
in South Africa.
Yeah, it's in Africa, okay? Soon after they were covered in volcanic ash, scientists discovered the ancient footprints in 1978. Let's take a look over these footprints. See, they discovered these footprints on your left, on your right, okay, in 1978. These were footprints for humans. As you can see here, as we can see, these are for humans, but they were covered by volcanic ash, so became solid, they became hard. Scientists have compared the footprints of those modern humans. They provide some of the earliest evidence of humans walking on two legs, because they couldn't find any footprints or any fingerprints, any handprints. No, they just found footprints. That means this organism is walking on two. So it should be a human, okay? When they compared it with the footprints of modern humans, okay, they were probably made by an early species of a human called Australopithecus afarensis. This is a Latin phrase or an African phrase for it's the Latin phrase, sorry, for an old species of human. They named it, okay? So what are the differences between these footprints and the modern ones? Tiny humans. Scientists discovered the remains and tools of an extinct human-like animal in a cave on the island of Flores in Indonesia. They measured the bones and worked out that the animal was just 1 meter tall. This is too short, right? Because our height is about 1.5 meters, 1 meter over 60. So that means the human or the animal that was there, it was short. The scientists believed that they had discovered an extinct human species. They named it Homo floresiensis. Other scientists think that the remains are from modern humans. In science, about the fossils, they still discovering, they still digging for more fossils, they still studying about these humans. So every time if they found something, they will compare it with the modern human, trying to extract more information about it and try to prove it more and more. Okay? Now
Yeah.
I will show you a video about these fossils.
Okay.
What they discovered exactly, okay?
Okay.
All the time, big news. Researchers believe that the first came out of East Africa about 200 years ago. But in Djibouti, a remote region of Morocco, in what was once a cave, a team of European and Moroccan scientists had found 5 fossils that dates back to about 350,000 years ago, which will make them the oldest modern humans ever found. This is, of course, a huge breakthrough. Proving that our species evolved across Africa 100,000 years than we thought. What reports an international team of researchers, Dr. Jean-Jacques Hughlin, who directs the Department of Human Evolution at Germany's Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary uncovered the skull, bones, along with tools. In a statement, said this material represents the very roots of our species, the oldest Homo sapiens ever found in Africa or elsewhere. We used to think that there was a cradle of mankind 200,000 years ago in East Africa, but our new data reveal that Homo sapiens spread across the entire African continent around 300,000 years ago. He added that until now, the common wisdom was that our species emerged probably rather quickly somewhere in a Garden of Eden that was located most likely in sub-Saharan Africa. Long before the out of Africa dispersal of Homo sapiens, there was dispersal within Africa. The
See guys, these are fossils. They were digging for these fossils, okay? According to the sand around it, the rock around it, according to the situation of the bones, the decayed bones, okay? They can start or they can estimate the age of these fossils, okay?
sapiens, there was dispersal within Africa. The fossils were found surrounded by gazelle and other animal bones, and scientists believe that these Homo sapiens may be hunted for their food. The fossil also shows that although our ancestors' brain functioned differently, they did have similar faces as our own. The discovery of the sites was not new. A few pieces of skull and flint blades were found by Moroccan miners in 1961, but the horrendous dating techniques used back then estimated the remains to be only 40,000 years old. It wasn't until the 1980s when Dr. Cleveland took a closer look at one jawbone.
Okay, guys, look at this fossil. Okay, see you can see here clearly they are broken, they are decayed. Okay, so when they dig for fossils, it's not easy to extract them from the rocks. Okay, they need to dig carefully. They need to extract them, to take them out carefully, and try to recombine the pieces together and compare it with other organisms. If they looked like animals, they will compare it with modern animals. If they looked like humans, they will compare it with the modern humans, with the exist humans, and they will study these evidence for years until they discover the age or estimate the age of these fossils.
Realize that the teeth were similar to modern humans, and the shape seemed very primitive. Starting in 2004, Hublin and his team started to excavate the site once again and found more fossils, including 5 skull bones and burnt flint blades. Scientists used a method called thermoluminescence to estimate how long it has been since the blades were burned and estimated the blades to be around 300,000 years old. I love discoveries like this because it really does show how little we know about our history and even where we came from. I mean, literally for so long, it was believed by almost everybody that, okay, 200,000 years, that's how long modern human has been around. So now,
see, some of them said 200,000 years, this is the age of like the human or the living things. but still human fossils and studying of fossils, still discovering that the age of humans or living organisms are much older than this.
It could be 300,000 years, and who knows if we make it 500,000 years. And think about this: out of the 200 or 300,000 years we think modern humans have been around, recorded history is only the last 5,000 to 6,000 years. So there's really so much that we really have no clue of about our history. And even what we know of today is only because we found some clues somewhere that may have given us an indication of where we came from or what our ancestors were doing hundreds of thousands of years ago. But again, that's just because of what we found. Imagine all the things that we haven't found yet that could tell a different story. And that's my takeaway from this whole thing.
Okay, guys, this was about human fossils, okay? For now, do you have any question about it? This is the last lesson, of course, okay? Next chemistry lesson, we will start with our review questions, page 76. And please, I need you to solve them, solve the yellow box, and I need you to work on these questions. So next time we will have no problem with this, with solving questions, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.